Welcome to the Dirty Lazy Keto podcast by Stephanie Laska. I lost 140 pounds, and I cannot wait to share all of my keto, low-carb secrets with you during season 5. Get ready for a fast ride because the Dirty Lazy Keto podcast by Stephanie Laska is going to get you inspired and help you to be successful. Let's get started. About easy steps to stop. Easy steps that you can use to stop gaining weight on the keto diet. Easy steps. Easy. We don't want anything complicated. We don't want anything crazy. We don't want anything rash. We want easy peasy ways, steps that you can take right now, very practical, very hands-on, that will help you to stop gaining weight. Now, has this happened to you? Anyone? No, it's okay. You don't have to be embarrassed, because I want to just tell you really quickly that yesterday I went to the doctor, put on my doctor hat. I went to the doctor just for my annual physical, and we're just talking and everything's going great. And he's like, lab work's beautiful. All your health stuff is beautiful. Everything is great. You're the epitome of good health, perfect cholesterol, perfect this, perfect that. And then he's like, oh yeah, you're up 5 pounds, but no big deal. That's your age. And I went, I was like, help, what? Like, I freaked out, like my eyes bugged out of my head. I have to have a sip. That was so dramatic with my screaming. But I was like, I gained 5 pounds? Are you kidding me? And I was like, Mr. Doctor, this is very upsetting. Now, I am with you if this has happened. Has this happened to you? Now, give me a thumbs up if you've ever experienced the weight gain or, temporary or otherwise. Just tell me, have you experienced a moment like that? It doesn't have to be today. It could have been yesterday, a week ago, or maybe you're just fearful of it, but give me a thumbs up, because I'm going to share with you how I handled this and how I'm going to handle it, because I am not going to freak out. I'm going to give you my easy 5 steps. All right. I'm not going to panic, although I maybe wanted to in the moment. And I didn't start making excuses like, I was on vacation, which I was, or, this, or, that, or, my thyroid, or, my clothes that I'm wearing, whatever. I'm going to own it. Looks like there was some kind of 5-pound weight gain over the last year, and I don't know where it came from, but regardless, let's just attack it head on, because I've been through this before. So please give me a thumbs up if you're excited about this topic. You can identify with it. You want to hear about my 5 easy steps to stop gaining weight on keto. So I want to make sure I'm speaking to you. Let me know. And this is all about having to stop the weight gain. Number 1, let's get a hold of ourselves, Stephanie. Number 1, let me hold up the number 1 here so you can keep track, because we're going to do 5 of these for every one of those 5 pounds that I just was horrified about. So number 1, here's my first piece of advice. You've got to stay positive. You're like, what, Stephanie? You just said you freaked out. I know, but I've been through this before, and I want to coach you in case you're going through it right now too. Very important, number 1, to stay positive. And I've been through this before. Weight goes up and down, people. It's not a one and done. During my journey of losing 140 pounds, I want to assure you that I experienced some normal fluctuations in my weight. Sometimes it was a little up, sometimes a little down, hormones, food, travel, certain foods that we eat, or just life happens, and it's normal. And I think that's what normal people experience too. When I say normal people, I just mean those people that don't struggle with their weight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not one of them. This is always going to be top of mind for me. But there are people out there who normally have a little bit of fluctuation, and that's every day to them. And so I'm going to give you the 5 tips, the 5 easy strategies that have worked for me to help myself get back on track, and I'll be doing that right this second. So I'm here with you, sister, brother. So number 1 is to stay positive. Do not panic. Do not panic. Stay positive. And this is an important one. When I say stay positive, I want you to go, and don't beat yourself up, because it's going to be very normal and very natural and very human to start yelling at yourself and start criticizing yourself. Oh, why did I do that? And then you're going backwards in life and looking back, and then you're criticizing. Oh, I used to do that. And then it's all just spiraling downhill. So by staying positive, legit, that means stay positive. Do not beat yourself up. Do not look backwards. Instead, This might seem ironic to you, but all part of number 1. I want you to congratulate yourself. Here we go. I'm going to put my sash on. This giant pink sash. It says that I am flirty and fabulous. Now, why am I doing that? Why am I saying to stay positive and to congratulate yourself as opposed to beating yourself up? I'm going to put on my party hat because I'm really proud. We're celebrating. I want you to celebrate and be positive and congratulate yourself with a pat on the back right now because you caught the problem early. 5 pounds, a small amount of weight, pat yourself on the back and say, I'm normal, I'm human, and guess what? I'm on top of it. I see it's going on. Other people struggle with this. It's totally normal. I'm a normal person. I got this. That's what you say to yourself. Positivity. Pat yourself in the back. Say, job well done, sir, ma'am. Say, yay for me. I caught it early, and now I know what to do. And that is a real important key. If you start spiraling and going down that negative path, it's really hard to come back from that. So that's number 1. And I'm so proud of you for catching it early and sticking with me and giving yourself that positivity. We're going to stop, and all of the people who've been commenting, because you're commenting, right? You're getting involved. I'm going to give away a prize. So at random, I'll pick some lovely person here. And the prize today is going to be you pick. Yay! How fun is that? I'm going to hit a button. Woohoo! You pick. So what do you want to win, guys? Tell me in the comments what prize you want. Might be I pick you because of it. You never know. I might have an extra of those. But the prizes that are in the prize vault, all sorts of fun stuff, you guys. There's the Dirty Lazy Keto custom silicone red oven mitt. There's the cutting board. There's 8 books to choose from. I'll even sign the book that you want and write you a note of encouragement. Or maybe you would like to have, which one of these? Tell me in the comments. Maybe you want one of the cool red lunch pails. If you're missing one of the 8 books in the series, you could put that one below. Maybe I'll pick you for that. Maybe you'd like the Dirty Lazy Keto fridge magnet to help you stay on track and give you recommended choices on how to spread out your carbs. Maybe you want the peel and stick so that you could write in dry erase little quotes to yourself. And again, the books are always up for option. I will sign it and mail it to you for fun, all for free. This is all part, and stickers. I got stickers everywhere. Custom DLK and keto brand stickers. So tell me in the comments what it is you'd like to win. For some reason you're not picked and you're super sad, you can head over to the Etsy shop. It's etsy.com/shop, SHOP, /the Dirty Lazy Keto shop, SHOP. There it is. So you can head over to the Etsy shop. All of these prizes, signed books are all available for sale at cost. At cost, people, at cost. They are not expensive. They're affordable for you. And that way everyone can be a winner. I don't want you to be sad and be like, no, you didn't pick me. There's only so much I can do. So that way you can get what you want and everyone's a winner. So congratulations to whoever gets picked. I'll let you know in the comments. So stay tuned for that. And let's move on to number 2, because I promised you 5 different pieces of advice for how to stop that weight gain that might be happening on keto. So this is number 2. Let's keep going. This is an easy step to stop. Here we go. Easy.
That was easy.
This is an easy step for you to stop the weight gain on possibly the keto diet. And that is to not to overreact. I don't want you to overreact, but I don't want you to make any rash decisions. This is important. So this is kind of different from number 1, which was to stay positive. And I'm going to be very specific with you about what kind of rash decisions, what that might look like. I'm holding up rash cream, I know. I try to have fun examples, but here's one. Some people might rush out and start buying ketone testing strips and like tinkling in cups and obsessing over the color. Don't do that. Here's another example. People might rush out and make a rash decision. Oh, I got to buy ketones and special powders, and that'll help me get into ketosis and lose weight. Put that away. What about this one? Here's a really common one. Oh, I'm just going to do the egg fast. Here's my giant egg. Oh, hopefully I didn't unplug. I don't want you to be obsessing and eating eggs nonstop over and over and over again, thinking that that's normal. That's not what you need. I just want to make sure that my mic did not turn off because that would be very sad. I'll put my glasses on so hopefully I can see. All right, sometimes that happens. Let me know in the comments immediately. Start yelling at me. Say, Stephanie, it stopped working. But some people will do all of these things. And also, now that there's more options out on the market, in addition to like all the old-fashioned diet pills that people start reaching for, you know, in the past, a lot of folks now might be headed to their doctor and saying, I have to have, you know, Wegovy or Ozempic, or I have to get one of these subscriptions. And you might be really stressed out and thinking, I have to do all this stuff simply because you started to gain a few pounds. Remember, number one, calm down. Calm down. Take a deep breath. Stay positive, and let's stop yourself right now from making any kind of rash decision because it's not necessary. It's not necessary. You don't need any powders, pills, egg fasts, supplements, shots. You don't need any of that stuff, okay? I'm going to help you with this. None of this is necessary. And furthermore, some folks might be in a rash moment, want to quit the keto diet and say, oh, it stopped working. It stopped working. I gained X pounds. Remember, calm down. Don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. Here's my baby. Dirty Lazy Keto works. You know it does. It's just a matter of getting back to the basics, tweaking what you're currently doing just a little bit. No magic potion necessary, no pills, no shots, no silliness with eating eggs all day. That would be sad. You'll start to hate eggs. We don't want that. But remember, I want you to just get back to your Dirty Lazy Keto basics. So you want to get out your handbook. You want to go through the basics. Get back to when you first started and you saw, oh my gosh, this totally works. All I have to do is go back to what I remember learning, flip through your book, say, yes, 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 I need to do that. I need to do that. Oh, yeah, yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, look at the food pyramid. And then suddenly you've got all those reminders and you're feeling supported and you're ready to get started. Now, I want to give you just a little bit of inspiration because you guys know this works. We've seen so many success stories. I mean, I'm always talking about my 140-pound weight loss, but let's not forget that there's a lot of other folks in our group in the Dirty Lazy Keto community who have also lost a ton of weight. I'm holding up a picture of Jeannie, Dr. Jeannie here. She lost, 167 pounds on Dirty Lazy Keto, and she is a cover girl on Women's World magazine. Isn't that amazing? This is April 2024. She was also on before. They featured her a number of times. Here she is in the corner. First for Women magazine. And so many others in our group. If you are a success story and you want to be on the cover of a magazine, reach out to me because I get calls all the time from media. Our stories, our successes have been featured, you guys, in so many magazines. Costco Connect, Today Show, Fox News, U.S. News and World Report, First for Women magazine, Reader's Digest. I'm holding up my little, so many cool things. New York Post, Playgirl. I know, shh, no pictures. So many amazing Sacramento Today show, NBC, CBS, all sorts of news outlets have featured success stories, the details about Dirty Lazy Keto, because this works and it's helping people change their lives. So that is all part of number 2. Don't overreact. Don't make a rash decision. Sometimes you really have to stop yourself because it can be tempting, you know, at first you get scared. I understand. Let's do number 3. Number 3, I want you to do a carb audit. Carb audit. I'm going to be doing this too. It's kind of like tax season. Think of it as tax season. No lying. You have to be honest. And what you want to do during your carb audit is get out all the foods you're currently eating and take a look at those nutrition facts labels. Take a look at every single one that you eat every day for like weeks until you get yourself back going on track. Every time you eat something, take a look at the package and go, huh. And then make a better decision, right? Because sometimes you think you need stuff like, oh, I got to have my biscuits. But then really, do you? Do you? You might start thinking first, second, 3 times a lady and go, yeah, I'm not really feeling it. I don't need that cookie or whatever it is. You might make different choices. So I recommend that highly. It really helps. And use a black magic marker. And this is a pro tip, or any color marker, but use a permanent marker and write on the side of the box or package, write the number of net carbs. That way you don't have to keep calculating the amount every time you look. It's like staring at you in the face. Good idea, right? Now, as you might remember, if you've read Extra Easy Keto, this is the book the 7 days to ketogenic weight loss on a low carb diet. It's a 7-day plan, starter, easy basics review. On page 40, go to that section if you need help with this to calibrate your carbs. Because some people will say, how many carbs a day should I eat to lose weight? I get that one a lot. And I'm like, girl, you got to refer to your book because it's not an easy answer. Anyone who tells you it is not telling you the truth. So run when someone tries to give you an exact number and tells you that that's what you have to do. Refer to carb calibration, the section on page 40, and refer it. Refresh yourself. Take a look. And then mull it over and then see what kind of changes you need to make because it's a personal experience, weight loss. It's not the same for everyone. Now, I do recommend during your carb audit that you start writing down somehow, somewhere, how you're spending your net carbs. I've got these carb trackers. They're free. You can print them out at dirtylazyketo.com/carb, C-A-R-B, dash tracker. dirtylazyketo.com/carb dash tracker. There's a couple of different ones you can print out on my website. And you could use a sticky note, a piece of paper. And those exact carb trackers are available in your copy of Extra Easy Keto. So check that out. You can always just use a piece of paper, an iPhone, whatever. As long as you're writing stuff down, you're going to start making adjustments and just be a little bit more self-aware. Seriously. Sometimes it's so easy. It's just that. You're like, why am I eating 70 carbs a day? Like you didn't even notice because you were just slipping in so many delicious low-carb foods. So if you want to learn more about that topic in particular, check out the next video I will link up. It's called Facts I Wish I Knew Before Starting Keto. So I'll link right after this so you can just binge watch Facts I Wish I Knew Before Starting Keto. I want to go on to number 4 because we have 5 tips, 5 easy strategies you can use to stop gaining weight on keto. Number 4 is think about your carbs like a checking account. Think about it like money. Okay, here's my checking account. I don't really have a checking account. Who does anymore? But you get the reference, right? We all do it online, most of us. So I got my purse here just for effect, but think about your balance. Okay, we've all decided how many net carbs we need in order to lose weight. It's personal number, but you have to be choosy with that number. So let's say it's 30. I don't know. Let's say it's 50. Whatever your number is, think about how you want to spend those carbs. Do you want to spend all of them? Here's a $500 bill. Do you want to spend a big giant chunk of them on eating a whole pint of keto ice cream? Or would you rather spread them out in smaller increments using foods that maybe have more bang for their buck? The money thing. Money works for me. It kind of removes the emotional part of it, right? Because sometimes when you think about food, it's like shame, judgment, sadness, resentment. But if you think about carbs in terms of money, it's just a number, kind of removes some of that judgment. So what I mean by replacing some of those foods, those high value foods that might like use up all your carbs with more high value keto foods, what that might mean, for example, is instead of having chips, like keto chips or the dessert like I talked about, that would mean replacing that carb spend with, you may not like this answer, but I'm going to tell you anyway, high fiber, low carb foods. High fiber, low carb foods. For example, vegetables, low carb vegetables. Here I've got a cucumber. This is what I did as soon as I got that 5-pound news. I swung by the grocery store and loaded up. I got myself all of my favorite low carb veggies, holding up celery. I got broccoli. I've got some cucumbers. I've got low carb squash. I've got some eggplant, tomato. I've got cauliflower. I've got it all. I threw it all in my shopping cart. I came home, started thinking about how I was going to spend my carbs wisely. Foods with high fiber, like berries, right? We love our berries, like blueberries, strawberries, for example. And also don't forget about nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds that are, choose them wisely, low carb. Those nuts and seeds are going to be your friend, along with low carb fruit, low sugar berries, low carb, high fiber vegetables. What's going to happen there is that you will fill up. You will fill up on the good stuff, and that will prevent you from doing that mindless snacking later and help you stop the weight gain on keto. I'm telling you this works. I do it every day of my life. And I, as a general rule, try to eat like 8 to 10 vegetables, fruits, nuts, that area all combined a day. So 8 to 10 servings of all of those help me get the amount of fiber I need so that I'm feeling full. The majority of that is low-carb vegetables. Don't get me wrong. I'm not having 10 servings of nuts or 10 servings of fruit. That would be too much. But that works for me. What works for you? You have to figure that out, right? It's not the same for everyone. Let's move on to number 5. This is my last tip, my last piece of advice to help you to stop gaining weight on keto and turn that train around. Number 5 is, again, you may not like this one. I got to tell you, though. Here we go. See my bunny? It's a wind up, but it's kind of sad. It doesn't really hop. But I want you to hop back on the scale. Hop, get it, the bunny? So hop back on the scale. I don't want you to be scared, but it's got to be done. It's kind of like if you were having trouble spending money and you were spending way too much and your money was out of control and you were broke. One of the first things you'd need to do is figure out how much money was in your bank account, right? You've got to face the facts. If you don't have money to spend, you can't spend it. I tell that to my teenager son who wants to go out to eat all the time. And I'm like, oh, you want to go to Chipotle for dinner? How much money do you have in your account? He's like, $12.65. I'm like, is that enough to justify going out to eat? Or should you have more in your bank account? Now, not to put him under the bus, but it makes sense, right? If you don't have that information, if you don't have that number in your head, you won't know what you're working with. If you had $200 in your bank account, then you could afford to go out to eat. It's kind of like getting on the scale. It just gives you information so you know what you're working with. If you're trying to stop the weight gain, you got to know if you're losing weight or gaining weight. It just is the facts. Don't be scared. Now, what I recommend you do is jump on that scale first thing in the morning, last thing at night. Don't be scared. And when you jump on the scale, morning and night, start writing it down and look for some trends. You got to have some realistic expectations, right? Now, for example, when you get on the scale at night, expect the weight is going to be higher. That makes sense, right? You've been eating all day. The food's still in your stomach. So don't be all, oh my gosh, I gained weight today. No, you didn't. When you wake up in the morning, you'll have lost some weight. Now, don't get too excited and start overeating because the process will continue. What you want to do is make notes and look for trends and see the positive changes that you're making and see how that affects your weight loss over time. Now, here is what I want you to write down on a piece of paper and then stick it to your forehead because we all need this one. Be patient. Be patient. Be consistent. Be consistent. You have to be patient. You have to be consistent with your choices, with your behaviors, with your routines. And if you get back to those basics, guess what? Your routines, your habits, your behaviors, all of that will start to affect the scale. It will. It's guaranteed. And the weight loss becomes a fringe benefit. Here's my fringe. The weight loss is not the goal, you guys. The goal is to change your routines, your habits, your behaviors. So focus on that, and then it's a win. And then the weight loss just comes. You'll start to see the scale going in the correct direction. So was that helpful? Which one of those 5 tips do you think might be the most impactful, the most helpful for you? I'd love to know in the comments. If you have an idea or a suggestion or tip, please share that as well in the comments. Remember, the next video I'm going to link up so that you can watch it next. It's called Facts I Wish I Knew Before Starting Keto. So that's the next video, so you can binge watch. And other than that, you did a great job, and I'm so proud of you. Give yourself a huge, huge, huge round of applause and say, yay for me. I did it. I did it. I'm going to do this. I'm positive. I can do number 1. I can do number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Tell me in the comments what it is you plan on doing to correct whatever's going on. And I'm going to commit to you that I'm going to do all 5. So yay for us. I'm proud of you for being here. Love you guys. And remember, every week, there's a new topic. There we go. Thanks for joining me on the adventure today with the Dirty Lazy Keto podcast. If you have questions about what we talked about, head over to my website, dirtylazyketo.com. While you're there, be sure to sign up for my free newsletter.